right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Dragon's Greed Gaming. I am your host, the Great Unclean One, and today we are delving back into the world of Alien with the Alien RPG from Free League Publishing. We are once again going to dive into the Hadley's Hope one-shot scenario, and I am joined this time by a new cast of characters. Returning to the show, our good friends Sean and Travis. Say hello, fellas.
Hi.
Hey.
And we have some new faces as well. My good friend Justin, who I've known since the high school era, will be joining us. He was going to be here the first time around, but unforeseen events kept him from us that time.
That is true. Hello, everybody.
Yep, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, no. I thought we were going to...
Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay, that's fine.
And then finally, I am also joined by Eddie. What's going on, Eddie?
What up, fam?
And finally, our other good friend, perhaps incognito today, Spy, will be joining us as well.
Yo, what's up?
All right, so we're going to do a quick round of introductions as far as who everybody is playing, and we will start with Sean. Go ahead.
I am playing Officer Janice McWhirr, union organizer. So that's great. Middle-aged, 42, sort of looks like Ripley-ish.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know. Rival is Hirsch. Buddy is Singleton. And has a company ID badge, which he looks at, I guess, fondly for some reason.
All right. And Travis, how about you?
All right, so I'm playing a guy named Holroyd, and he's a roughneck. That's the class, I guess.
Yes, it is.
I'm a Wayland Yutani android. I've been on LV 426 for 2 years. Basically just a mechanic. I think Sig spends too much time griping and not enough time working. And for some reason, McWhirr dislikes me.
All right.
Oh, and if there are any aliens, don't worry, because I have a watch and electronic tools. So get fucked.
All right, Justin, how about you?
I will be playing Hirsch. He is a 39-year-old cleaner at Hadley's Hope. He is a courtly kind of southern gentleman with a religious background, as everybody knows, via his conspicuous cross necklace that he wears. Conspicuous because it's a sort of artifact of the past in this godless space universe. And he is fond of his buddy Sig, but resentful of his boss McWhirr because they're always coming down on the working man.
Damn straight. You don't do enough work.
And I believe Hirsch is also an ex-Marine, so he is a bit of a badass in that regards.
Shh, that's a secret. Doing AWOL.
No, that's not a secret. That's not a secret. And then Eddie, how about you?
I am Singleton, the tractor driver. Yeehaw. Done stood on 2 feet as long as I can remember. My parents are useless. They taught me that life sucks and gotta suck less. See, I'm like pretty ruthless. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get to the top. You know, $20 is $20. And I got some secret company orders, so don't worry about it. Me and my boy McWhirr pretend to dislike this. Whoever, Hirsch? Hirsch. Oh, Hirsch. Yeah, we don't like Hirsch. Well, I mean, I pretend to not like him, but I really do not like him.
What?
Singleton is also a pilot. That is the class that she is. So she can actually fly shuttles and things like that come on and off the base.
Yeah, catch a ride with a scooter man.
And last we have Spy. Who are you playing?
Oh, I'm Sonny Sig. I'm a lab technician, 29 years old, and apparently I really love my job as a lab technician, doing that science stuff and my really awesome thing that I have is I have a lab coat, and you guys all don't have that, so I'm kind of like important. I love hanging out with Hirsch because he understands me. And McQueer is always on my butt trying to make me do more science stuff, but I'm already pretty good at science. So like, can't keep pushing the roles on me, you know. And I also look like young Michael Jackson from Thriller. I don't know how I'm involved with all you Southern folks here, but somehow I am.
Oh, you'll fit right in.
All right, so with that in mind, let us get started. We shall see if your motley crew can make it through Hadley's Hope. So I've got some delicious flavor text here for you, and then we can get started. Hadley's Hope is a shake-and-bake colony located on the moon LV-426. Established in 2157, the colony is a terraforming, research, and mining facility and a new home to its pioneers. By 2179, there are 158 colonists there, and the first natives of LV-426 have been born. The giant processors are changing the atmosphere, now breathable, but still choked by dense clouds and racked by electrical storms. The sky is always gloomy, more like night than day. Even when the sun is above the horizon, it's often hidden behind the giant form of Calpamus, LV-426's parent planet. Some said building the colony was unwise. The moon hadn't even been mapped in 2157. The weather would make life a constant struggle, and the violent geology made it feel as if the world didn't want anyone there at all. Yet someone at Weyland-Yutani allocated the budget and gave the green light, and so Hadley's Hope was founded. Supervisor Al Simpson got stuck into the job, and the colonists soon learned to live with LV-426's quirks. It wasn't long before they were making a success of the most unlikely of colonies. So, what is the story, Mother? Hadley's Hope, jointly funded by Weyland-Yutani and the United Americas, has a them and us feel to it, with any visiting corporate folk looking down their noses at the colony's laborers. Despite this, the colony has been developing well. There's opportunity aplenty and risk aplenty as well. 4 days ago, a wildcatter named Russ Jordan was brought back, infected with something. For those of you that may be familiar, that is Newt's father from the second film. That scene is only in the extended director's cut. He died, and some snake-like parasite disappeared into the guts of the base. Security has had no luck catching the thing, and somehow more people were infected. Rumor has it that some of them have died, and that there are more of these snake things than Supervisor Simpson is admitting to. Simpson spoke over the intercoms, calling for calm. Crisis or not, you have a job to do. 24 hours ago, you headed out on a maintenance run to Processor number 9, happy to leave base until this crisis blows over. 10 kilometers out, Singleton's tractor gave up the ghost. A nasty mechanical crunch told you it wasn't going any further. Calls back to Hadley's Hope gave a cursory response. You were told to wait, and they'd get to your little problem when they had the time. While you waited, you got to talking about the crisis and the Weyland-Yutani corporate shuttle that had arrived right before you left. The shuttle carried an inspection team led by company agent Miranda Reynolds and her chief scientist Theodora Comiskey. Sig relayed something he'd overheard, a hushed conversation about the shuttle being quickly and quietly readied for departure. Reynolds and Comiskey are likely the only two who can authorize its use, and likely the only two with the access keycards for it. For all you know, it was Reynolds who ordered Jordan out there in the first place. It's not right for the Weyland-Yutani reps to just skip out and leave you, the workers, to clean up this bloody mess. If things go bad, why shouldn't you get those key cards and get away instead? A day has passed, and you've still heard nothing. All further attempts to contact Hadley's Hope have been fruitless. No one is coming to help. The only communications you pick up on are garbled, panicked even. There's no option but to walk back and see what the hell is going on. And so, with that, that is where you have begun. So the 5 of you were out to go fix processor number 9, and the tractor has stopped working, and you have walked your ways back to the colony itself. So you guys can see the map here. You guys are going to be starting over here in this west storage area, and that is where we begin. Let me get some music going, and we will start here. So it's raining, as it often does here on LV 426. It is dark, much like in the films. There's not much in the way of sunlight. Thick clouds are overhead, and the whole place is damp and dreary. The base looks very unassuming. There does not seem to be much going on. There does not seem to be really any activity that you can see. And the five of you have made your way to this lock, this door that lets you into the base. And that, I think, is where we're going to begin. So, what do you all do?
I open the door.
All right, good start.
Yeah, I assume it's opened, or we can unlock it. So yeah, let's just walk right in like big balls motherfuckers.
Yo, what up, dog? I'm here.
So, you open the door, and you all enter the airlock, and once the door behind you closes and the howl of the wind and the rain is, just kind of muffled by the big bulkhead, you hear first you hear nothing, and then there is a burst of static from a nearby intercom, and over the intercom you hear a message that in a very robotic voice says, "This is an emergency message. All colonists must immediately assemble at the main storeroom on the sublevel for safety." And this message repeats several times, and then mysteriously cuts off in like a shriek of static. There's a dead of silence. Everyone is sitting there wondering what just happened. And then from somewhere further in the base, the silence is cut by a lone scream that echoes through the halls and the ventilation ducts, and then followed by a gunshot.
Oh,
Everybody gains 1 stress
God
on
damn
hearing
it!
this.
Oh,
right.
man.
So, working assumption, everything's fucked up, and there's a bunch of snakes around here.
Yeah. So we are all in West Storage, right?
Yes. And obviously, if you're not terribly familiar, you haven't seen the films in a long time, knowledge of alien creatures and the xenomorphs in particular from the films is not common. The first that anyone's ever seen of anything was the face hugger that was on Jordan when he was brought back by his family and then died. And then you don't know it's face hugger, you don't know it's chest burster, but we'll use those terms just to avoid confusion.
Okay.
The chest burster that burst out of him is the first that anyone had seen of that as well. Now, obviously, humanity's been out in the stars for a long time at this point in the alien universe, so they have encountered alien creatures, animal type alien life or alien plant life on other planets. But as far as like a true alien life form, like the classic xenomorphs or the bloodbursters and the deacons from the films, that is pretty much unheard of.
Except for the heavily covered up encounter with the alien called Predator in 1987. There was only one survivor.
So, yes, what do you do?
Yeah.
You're inside, you're in the West Storage.
My concern
So
is
where'd they say that we needed to go for safety?
to Billy's
Down
bar to
here?
get a drink
Community
to
center.
relieve our stress.
This down here on the sublevel is
Go here.
you guys can see the ping there.
How
Yeah.
do we get to the sub level?
So you'll want to look
Sorry,
for any ladders right here, Travis.
So we got a ladder here, a ladder here.
Ah, okay.
How do I
That one's
ping?
probably safe.
There's a ladder
hold
right
left
next
mouse.
to you guys. There's a ladder right next to you as well. There's one right here.
So I'm pinging right now.
You should be able to ping by just holding the left mouse button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hold it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So any of these
Oh.
ladders here and here we can go. And
Yeah,
that
you
was
just have to look at the map and see like where they
They pop
connect. With this one, this ladder right here connects to this ladder right here.
Oh, that's like really close to where we gotta go. Yeah.
Oh crap! You hear that gunshot though? Did we hear the
Does
gunshot
any-
over the intercom?
No, it was after the intercom cut out.
So did we hear it somewhere in like around in our area, or was that inside? Oh yeah, that was
It's
the.
impossible to tell if it's down the hall or if it's echoing through the vents. Very hard to tell.
But we don't
Oh.
hear like anyone moving around or anything. We don't hear people talking.
No, you do not.
So on level 2, where is the spot that we need to go?
-1, I think. We have to go to mass
Yeah, you're
housing.
in the basement, basically.
Bottom right of the map.
I mean, we don't have to
we
go
could go to
there.
the casino.
We don't have.
Might as
to-
well get drinks.
It
Yeah,
said the main storeroom. So
I say we take a look around and see what's going on before we just run into.
Well, you guys
agree.
can go with them guns and whatever you want. I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna follow along.
I think we need to proceed with caution. I think we need to go as carefully as possible. But I do think we need to get all the beer out. We need to get all that.
Yeah, listen to
bring it
Hirsch,
with us.
man. He's a veteran.
I don't know if the beer is the most important thing right now.
If we have time. Fair enough. Fair
We need
enough.
to look around. Like if no one's at the bar, then there's definitely something wrong.
That's fair.
that's not a bad point.
It's a mining colony, so if there's
Can I go to this
redneck
intercom and access it and see if I can communicate with anybody?
Sure, go ahead.
Point of order. We got here late. Everybody else could have took the beer.
Hello, anybody out there? Hello.
There does not appear to be any response.
Damn, this is serious, guys. Is this normally we always get a response because we've been around? How long have we been here for?
You guys have all been on the colony for various amounts of time. I mean, some of you for at least several years. So
It's not normal. We don't get an intercom response.
no, this is the base looks abandoned. It sounds abandoned. It is very unusual, and you've never seen anything like this.
Oh man, this is definitely some serious business. I say we go check it out. What if it's the cat?
the cat?
Jonesy.
That fucking cat. I knew we shouldn't have taken it in.
Well, I mean, we gotta go down over here anyways, right?
Probably. Might as well just take a look and then, if we don't see anything, go down to the mass housing.
Yeah, I said over here.
It seems
around
pretty serious,
keep
humans.
walking.
Why not let the android walk forward?
Yeah, you go scout it out. What was your
Works
name
for
again?
me.
Android.
All right,
Holroyd.
Holroyd,
All
C3PO.
right, Hal 3000.
Okay, Tin Man. Good luck.
So Holroyd,
right,
where are you going exactly?
I would like to go down this ladder, right here.
Okay, and then you'll get down to the basement level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scout out ahead.
All right, you can go ahead and do that. So you will end up over here in this hallway, and basically downstairs there is there's a vehicle bay down there. There's some cargo areas and unloading docks and some offices and things like that. There's a maintenance bay. But the main thing is in the northern part of the basement, the mass housing. So that is pretty much where everybody lives. There are tons of rooms there where people, have their personal quarters, and then the shower rooms as well for the base. So
Hey, Hal.
Go
I
ahead.
think you went on level 2 instead of level 1, dude.
Bottom
Oh,
right.
Well, then why am I going
Are you
bottom?
going to the basement, or are you going up to the second floor? I guess.
You wanna
is
be,
the question.
Can't make pings.
Okay, where does this ladder go?
It goes to
Up here?
the basement level, and then it goes to up here as well. It goes to this ladder,
Oh, there.
and then it also goes down here.
I didn't see this map. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna-
the message said to go, to meet downstairs. That's where it said to gather. But you can
At the
go wherever you'd
maintenance
like.
bay?
It just said downstairs. It wasn't very specific. So I mean,
Sure.
you would assume probably the housing area because that's where everybody's got their personal effects, if nothing else.
Oh, I'm following my scientist friend down here.
All right,
Yeah.
so it sounds like everybody's going down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring up the rear, establish Overwatch, and rapid response.
Who's got weapons anyway?
I got a pistol, a
Um,
motion tracker.
I have a cutting torch.
I have a bolt gun, so it's not really meant to be used as a gun.
It's not a 40K bolt gun. I've had
I
that.
say, you're a space marine?
Fucking upsetting is what it is.
I was saying, yeah.
Gun that
Because we got
shoots
Starties
big,
out.
like it's a gun that shoots
Like
Wait,
a rivet gun.
who actually has a pistol?
I do.
Oh, then
Hey,
maybe you
where
should
did,
be
where
leading
did
the
you get
front.
that pistol? Because maybe you'll know where we can get more munitions. Yeah.
I'm equipped with my pistol because I always keep it handy.
I know you got a
Life is
concealed
tough,
carry,
not
dude, but
tougher.
Smart. You never know.
You do know that obviously because the group of you have been here for so long, your characters know the layout of the base, so that's why you guys have free access to view the map here. So you do know there is an armory on the base. You know that's normally obviously locked. You can't just get into it, but there is an armory on the base.
And do
Is
we
that
know
this-
who would have that key?
You know that Supervisor Simpson would have the key.
I don't see the armory. Where is it?
The armory is on B2, little crosshair icon right here.
Oh.
I see. All right. Well, what do we see in this mass housing? Are we all in, or what?
Okay, so you all go down there. Holroyd, you're leading the pack, and Hirsch, you're taking up the rear, right?
Yep.
Okay. I need everybody to make me an observation roll, please.
All right. Let's see.
So this would be you're going to roll a number of basic dice equal to your wits and your observation skill, and all of you aside from Holroyd will also roll 1 stress dice.
Did you get wits plus your observation?
Yes, if you have any points in observation. If
Got
you
it.
don't, then just use your wits.
Got it.
I got 1-6.
I got 1-6, and
Awesome.
my stress dice was a 6.
The stress dice you only have to matter if it rolls a 1.
Okay.
Or a 6 counts too, because that gives you another success. So you could do a stunt with that as well. So you would have 2 successes basically.
So how does the stunt work?
Well, you'll have to look at the observation skill, and you can see specifically what extras you do. So, going to page 68.
See here.
So, who passed? Justin? Anyone else?
I did. Singleton passed.
Okay.
Android.
Okay.
McWhirr did not.
All right. So
If I roll a 1, what happens?
it's only if you roll a 1 on your stress dice.
Oh, okay. Well, I got 3 passes, 3 6s.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. So the stunts on observation are I get to know the answer to one of 3 questions. Is it coming from me? Or are there more of them close by? Or how do I get in, past, or away?
Okay. Well, let me describe what happens. So,
Great.
for those of you that pass, as you are climbing down this ladder, you hear scurrying of something in the vents. And Justin, for you in particular, you catch a glimpse as you're going past one of these vent covers. You see something further in the vent dart from left to right across the opening. It's small. You don't really make out many details, but you definitely see and hear something. And the rest of you all hear this at one point or another when you're walking down the ladder.
Everybody,
Hmm?
I don't want anyone to panic.
Hmm.
Did it look like a cat?
There's a fucking something in the vents.
It looks like a rat with no hair.
Was it one of those snake things?
It was like a snaky rat.
I couldn't really tell. It was something. But like given the whole emergency situation, I'm probably gonna say not great. Not great. Everybody's chances just went down. So I'm saying.
concerned as well. My concern level has risen considerably.
I don't know
Again,
much about vents.
With respect, don't panic. But
I am definitely like holding my 9mm right now.
we got to fucking bust a move.
I'm starting total concentration breathing already.
anybody
Gonna
around?
fight some fucking
Sign of
demons.
people, dead people, live people, anything?
So you make your way down the ladder, and most of you hear or see this, and it unnerves you a little bit more as you make your way into the vents or down the ladder. You find yourself in the big hallway, and the hallway itself, everything's dark down here. None of the regular lights are on or working. All that's on are like emergency lights. So there's some, like those. There's a red glow from some of these lights, and then other ones are kind of that yellowy, orangish light that just kind of bathe an area. But the regular lights do not appear to be working down here, and you don't hear the shuffling anymore in the vents. And other than that, it's quiet.
Does anyone here have a flashlight?
No, not me.
Would I know to be able to turn on the lights? Is there like an emergency light I can, or like override? Would I know this as a lab tech?
Anything that powers the base would be up in the either up in the offices, or if there was some sort of power failure, perhaps in the boiler room. There, you can check to see if things were actually working. And then the command quarters itself is in B2, where the armory is. So that's kind of the central tower that most of what controls the base or oversees the base is located.
Gotcha. Well, we don't hear anyone. So was this for fake transmission or what? Who was that voice that transmitted? Did we recognize it?
No, it was like a digital voice. So somebody probably had recorded or typed something in and then just set it to like an auto message.
Well, before going down the hall, I'd like to just not like yell out, but ask out loud, is anyone out there?
There's no response. Your voice echoes down the hall a little bit, and other than the typical smell that you guys know down here, there is something else.
So, silver lining. Right, that was bad. There's no one here. But there's also nothing running down the hallway to chew our face off yet.
Yeah.
I don't like the use of the word yet, but yeah.
Oh, look, either everyone's playing the best trick ever, or something's very wrong.
Yeah,
Fair.
how many people usually are in this colony?
There's 158 people on the colony.
Ooh,
Can't find not one of them.
Okay.
But us.
not a soul.
That's not good.
Something's definitely right. Well, I want to go see what's happened to our comrades, our workers, our slaves to the machine.
Yeah, sure. I'm down. Let's go to the housing.
Wow,
Or-
say the quiet
expedition.
part loud, huh? Just saying the quiet part loud now, huh? Why don't you just call us proles? Want me to put on my jumpsuit?
Yeah.
I'm just as much a slave as anyone. I've been working here for 2 years.
Okay,
Hey,
so
Look
You,
down this
uh,
hallway.
you're all right. You're going down, and then that's Eddie Singleton. You go down the hallway as well.
Yo,
I
yeah.
don't think everybody pretty much does.
I got a pistol and a motion detector, so I'm ready to roll.
Oh, damn, yeah, you should be
In
In
leaving.
fact,
Motion
I'm
detector.
gonna pull out my motion detector and see if there's anybody alive around here.
Okay, so in order to use the motion detector, it has a power supply. You roll a number of dice equal to the power supply, and if for any dice that rolls a 1, your power supply gets reduced by 1, and if it's ever out of power, you can't use it. Otherwise, every time you use it, you just make a power supply roll. So go ahead and make a roll.
So I have power
And-
supply of 5, so I'll roll 5 dice, right?
Yes, and
Give me
any
one.
ones will reduce it by 1.
I got 1.
Okay, so it's down to 4 power. Battery's drained a little bit, and you put the motion sensor on. And much like in the films, it's not the greatest piece of tech. You have an older one that doesn't work half the time. It needs to be replaced by something newer. It's an older model, and it basically just gives you blips to indicate if there's motion. Whether or not that motion is from a person or an animal, impossible to tell, and impossible to tell what floor it's on. So you don't You can't tell any differences there. However, you do get a blip in this area of the map.
Do that again? Oh, there. Okay.
So impossible to tell if it's on the first or second floor, but in that general section of the base.
By the bar. People are by the bar. Okay.
That's good news. We should go
Wow.
there now.
You guys were right.
Well, we know humans.
So, Singleton, as you enter you go down to the doors that lead into the mass housing, you get to the door and you notice that the door itself that leads in shows signs of damage, and you go to open it, it like half opens, then half closes. There's a couple sparks that fly off one of the control panels, and eventually it opens. It opens about 3/4 of the way before it stops, and it's clearly jammed and fucked up. And inside, the 5 of you are shocked to see all sorts of signs of battle and death. Inside, and the stench of dried and somewhat damp blood starts to fill your nostrils, and basically you can see even before you enter there is lots of blood on the floor and on the walls, and there appear to be other signs of fighting. There are burn and scratch marks on the door and on the walls. There's some bullet holes, and yeah, it definitely a sign of a terrible battle. Everybody gains a point of stress.
No.
Okay, so it's
I'm
not a
just-
surprise party. Not a surprise party.
Definitely not. This is not normal. This is not right. I'm not.
Slowly back up. Let's slowly back up.
Can I see if there's anything besides human stuff left in there?
Yes, go ahead and give me an.
So this would be like a group observation, right?
Well, it depends. You said you're backing out, so I kind of take it you're kind of standing at the door right now. But Sig, you're indicating you're actually going to go in there and take a look around. So anybody who wants to is free to. So we'll do this. So just to avoid people stepping on each other's toes, we'll just go one person at a time. You'll tell me what you do. So we'll start with you, Sig, since you're kind of acting first here. You're going to go inside and check, and then we'll go left to right. So Hirsch, how about you? You see Sig step in through the door.
I'm gonna look at it like I would a scene of a combat from my veteran years. So what I want to try to figure out is whether anybody, whether it looks like there was any kind of egress, whether anybody escaped, or if there was any kind of pathway of exit from this, since the door was already closed and all that other kind of stuff.
Okay. And McWhirr, how about you?
Are there any like cameras in the room? Do we know if there's like a place where they would like capture video of what happened, so
That
we can
would
see
be up
that?
in the command quarters.
Okay,
Me too.
then I will just kind of be near the door, keeping a lookout for anything, or listening for anyone.
Okay, Holroyd.
I'm going to be doing the same, keeping an eye out for any of those snake creatures. But first, I want to look at my watch and see what time it is.
It is 8:41 p.m.
Okay, cool. I'm Holroyd.
And finally, Singleton, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna face check this room.
Okay.
Look around for anything that's not human.
Okay. So the three of you that entered and are looking around, please give me another observation roll.
With 2 stress now?
If you have the stress, yes, 2 stress.
Okay.
So the observation roll is 2d6, right? Or
And that's wits.
It's your
I
wits
got-
plus your observation plus your stress.
oh, that's right.
I got nada.
Okay, hold on.
I got 2 1s. So then what do?
Were the ones on your stress dice or on your base dice?
On my base.
If it's on your base dice, you're fine. Ones only matter if it's on your stress dice.
I got
6.
nothing.
Sorry?
I got nothing.
So you all failed?
Yeah, we all dumb.
Okay.
Yeehaw, y'all. Where the bear at?
We're the fucking best.
Charles, you throw the best party, but where the fuck is the beer?
Where the bar at? So the three of you begin to make your way down this hallway here and make your way north to start checking some of these different rooms and past the showers. And it is a bloodbath in here. And as you search more, you do find some bodies of people that you recognize on the colony. And you can tell, especially Hirsch, the only thing you can tell is that these people definitely made some sort of last stand and tried to barricade themselves in here. And all throughout the rooms and the halls, you see more signs of a fight. Not only are the bodies mutilated and like torn apart in some cases, like literally like arms ripped from bodies, and definitely some sort of animal or creature killed these people. You know, they're not killed by a fucking knife or a gunshot. They are shredded and torn and bit. There's bodies and body parts everywhere. The blood is pretty intense. There are bullet holes in the walls and bullet shells on the floor, and there are shell casings and things like that. And then there's scratch marks in the walls, on the doors. Some of the doors are ripped off hinges. Windows are smashed, and even some of the ceiling and floor panels are destroyed. And there's also like a heavy scent of like something that was burned in here. But other than that, you guys can't really make out any specific details. You know, it's hard to tell. Who is this person? Do I recognize who it may be? Unless maybe you find like an ID patch or something. But they're all pretty mutilated and shredded.
Jeez, this is some messed up stuff. Hal,
we
would
gotta
you
get out
be willing to escort me
And
to the maintenance bay?
The three of you that searched and failed your rolls, now that you're getting a close-up look at this and really seeing how terrible this stuff is, the three of you gain a point of stress.
So this is the most foobar shit I ever saw.
It's one of the worst, man. I mean, you've seen combat zones before. You've seen people shot, and you've seen piles of bodies and things like that. But the way these people have been killed is like something out of a nightmare.
I mean to say that aloud. And he's like, look, it looks like these people were fighting against something, but normally there's one side to a fight and the other side to a fight. It looks like these people were fighting something all around them. This is fucked up.
They're definitely not look like they were fighting people.
There's no like whatever they were fighting. There's none of that around.
I know, I
Bits and
misspoke.
pieces of alien or anything.
No, you don't see anything like that. It's just human body parts and
They
human
just
bodies.
got wrecked.
Yeah, I don't feel good about it. Would you guys, Hal, or anyone want to go to the maintenance bay with me to get another med kit? Because we probably
Sounds like a
need
good
that.
idea. We need to get some
Probably
gear
will need another
info.
med kit.
I think we need that, but I also think we need to get armed. We need to get armed up.
So we would need
Well-
to get the some kind of key card or something from Simpson.
I mean,
Well,
listen, listen, all these people had guns. I got a fucking blowtorch. I ain't going out that like. I'm not going out like that.
Do they have guns?
Shouldn't there just be
Are there
guns
any
laying
guns on the
around?
ground?
Yeah. There's just guns and
You guys
ammo
haven't
all
found
over.
any as you've searched around. I mean, for the three of you, as you start looking, like trying to really look through these rooms, it's very hard for the three of you to continue searching, just because you're literally like having to like move body parts and stuff around. So you don't get very far in your search before you're either just a little too disturbed or you're ready to puke at what you're seeing. Even Hirsch, and you guys can tell, if this is disturbing him, that's a pretty bad sign.
I mean, they definitely had guns at some point because there's bullet holes in the walls.
You could certainly the other members could search, but the three of you at this point, you can't bring yourself to look any further.
I guess I'll try to see if maybe there's any guns. That's just an observation roll.
Yes, but you will gain a point of stress as you witness the full horror.
I don't recommend it. Maybe we just go to the maintenance bay and grab some wrenches and med
You don't want to
kit.
see this shit, dog.
Yeah, I don't wanna see
you don't
that.
wanna see this.
Nah, we're good. We're good. So yeah, I guess maintenance bay. Maybe there's a fucking
Well,
car we could just drive out of here in.
Yeah, what's our game plan? Is our game plan to escape out of here or to arm up and defend ourselves somewhere?
I don't know if these guys could defend themselves. Let's get the hell
dude,
out
all
of here.
those people couldn't
Yeah.
defend themselves. What
I
we got
mean-
a chance?
Like I said, I do
Gotta
have my
hide.
blowtorch of justice, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
I
We
think
won't have to
escape's the
hide.
best option.
Catch
But
a
what's
ride
that
with
look
Scooter,
like?
man.
Because this is the only colony on the planet. Where are we going to go?
Can we fly out of here, though?
There was that vehicle that came earlier yesterday, right? Should we
Yeah.
check to see if it's still here?
You guys did see the shuttle was still on the landing bay when you came in. If you look on the very left, there's this overhead map of the colony. There's the landing pad right here, and this is where you entered. This is the west storage lock. So it was just north. So even just standing from the storage lock, you could see the landing bay, and you could see the shuttle that was still on the landing bay.
So, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. But if we don't find anybody still drawing breath, do we know how to fly that kind of vehicle?
Sure, I'm a pilot. I can fly anything.
Yeah, Singleton could. Anyone who has the pilot skill can definitely do it.
Yeah, then we're all good.
Okay, that's definitely not me, but hey, Singleton, keep Singleton alive.
So we only have one pilot.
Hell, can't you fly?
You're a
Yee,
robot.
yee,
You should be able to
y'all, don't
download
worry.
how to fly.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. We'll be fine.
You
Hold
can.
on.
I mean, you don't need. If you have the piloting skill, it'd be way easier. But you know, it's a pretty basic shuttle. So even if you don't know how to fly like an airplane, you could probably at least, program it to get the hell out of here.
I don't know who asked, but I checked my processing, and I do not know how to fly.
Oh, you must be some third-rate model.
I could fix it up. I could fix that thing up real good, but I can't fly.
We get you from
So,
China or
so-
some shit. God.
Singleton. I was only programmed to protect Singleton.
Okay, well, you guys want to go to the main bay? And
Yeah,
maybe
I
I can
guess,
access
yeah.
the terminal on the way there and see what it says.
Sure.
So McWhirr, just to be clear, you are not going to go search the
Correct.
bodies. Okay.
I'm not going to go throw up in the same room everyone else threw up in.
Yeah, you ain't missing nothing.
Okay. So as this happens, Holroyd, you and McWhirr are standing outside the door as the other three go in to look around, and as they're searching about and deciding, what to do and trying to get a beat on what's going on, eventually they come back to the door and they're like, there's nothing in here. I don't, I can't look anymore. McWhirr's like, well, I'll go in. They're like, no, I don't think you want to see this, and they stop her from going in. As that happens, there is a vent nearby that bursts open, and you see a shape that appears to match the shape of what Hirsch was describing earlier, and a creature which looks like a flesh-colored spider with no hair or fur and a very long tail, basically crashes through the vent, lands on the floor, and comes skittering at you with astonishing speed.
Holy fucking shit!
I'm
It's a
moving on my
spider!
pistol.
It's a spider and a snake! This is the worst possible scenario!
Now, you don't know what this is, but you are indeed facing a face hugger that has burst out of the vents. So, McWhirr and Holroyd, you guys are still in the hallway at the cross section right here,
Fuck.
Processing.
right there.
Processing.
And then
Survival.
the-
Survival check.
The other three of you are still somewhere here in housing in this area. Maybe you're in another room, you're in the hallway. So that happens. We're going to draw initiative at this point. So I will draw. In this case, there's 5 of you? There's number 5. And the creature.
This is my end. My only friend.
So I will tell you what your initiative is, and you're just going to need to remember it, please. So, Sig, you are initiative 1. Hirsch, you're initiative 6. McWhirr, you are 2.
Ooh,
Holroyd, you're 3. Singleton is 5. And you lucky bastards, the creature is initiative 7 and 8.
That
Gank
doesn't
it.
sound good at all.
Beat it
Okay.
fast.
So obviously, speaking and talking is a free action. You can do that, and Holroyd. At this point, only you and McWhirr see this thing, but everybody hears the vent break and the vent cover hit the ground, and you probably hear the weird noise that a facehugger makes as it kind of hisses or screeches and comes skittering clearly at you, Holroyd.
Can I speak out of turn?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's the fucking spider. It's coming.
All right, Sig, what do? You're first.
I try to see if I can grab anything as a means to fight him off, like a piece of a chair. I don't know. Is there any equipment like that that's laying around? Like,
Yeah, you can grab something like that. You find a coffee pot.
nice.
Win.
All right, I got a coffee pot, and I'm gonna try to prepare for the worst. Hold an
so
action.
just staying where you are after you grab the coffee pot.
I'm gonna come to my party, to them, because I heard something. I'm just gonna come with a coffee pot, walking towards them.
You go to the door and close it behind.
Okay, so you grab the coffee pot and you get to the doorway there, and you see the thing skittering towards Holroyd. We'll say for simplicity's sake, Holroyd, it's on this side of you.
Okay.
So it basically broke through a vent on one of those walls.
How
That's what
big
you
is it?
I mean, the facehugger itself, its body and its legs. I mean, it could wrap around somebody's face, so it's about the size of a human head, and then it's got the tail.
It's like a watermelon with spider legs.
I just had my jaw drop when I looked at it.
Oh yeah. And Sig, you see this, and you've never seen anything like this. You guys were not here when Jordan got infected or killed. So for encountering something you've never seen before that clearly is not meant to be, you do gain another point of stress. As do you, McWhirr, because you're in the hall right now. You do see it.
Shit.
Oh my god, you poor humans.
Should have came in the room and
Stress.
seen that shit.
So, that's your turn, Sig. McWhirr, you are next.
Cool. So I'm definitely gonna back the fuck up and just start yelling that what the fuck is that thing? So way over here. I don't know. And then I'll pull out my bolt gun and just
Okay.
shakily wave it around.
You fire the bolt gun.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay.
Let's see, what was it? Fire, ranged combat. Oh, I'm bad at this.
Now,
Okay.
luckily, it's not engaged with Holroyd, so you don't have really a chance to hit him because it's a little bit further down the hall. So
Okay.
if you try to obviously shoot into combat, there is a chance you could hit an unintended target. So,
Gotcha.
so go ahead and roll. So this would be ranged combat.
Right.
And I don't know if the bolt gun has a bonus or just a damage profile.
I think it just does not have a bonus. So I only got one success.
Okay, and that's with all the stress dice you rolled too?
Correct.
Okay.
No ones on the stress dice currently.
Well done. So, you get a hit, and what is the damage of the bolt gun?
3?
3.
Ooh, that
3.
sounds pretty good.
It is pretty good. Okay, now, the way the alien obviously has a small armor rating. The way armor rating works is I roll a number of dice equal to its armor. You guys would do this too if you were wearing a suit or something like that had armor. And for every 6 I roll, I reduce the armor by 1, or the damage by 1. However, I do not roll any 6s, so McWhirr very quickly and with a bit of cool, despite having 4 stress.
3 stress, because I didn't go in and look at that fucking body.
Oh, it's okay.
massacre.
Good. See, good choice. It's already paying off.
Yeah, saving lives.
So McWhirr backs up and screams it's the spider and takes a shot, and your bolt goes sailing down the hall and strikes this thing with a loud thud that basically impales it basically to the floor. You can hear the clank as it basically breaks into the metal of the floorboards or the floor panels,
Cool.
and the creature itself lets out a disgusting shriek and is obviously dead.
Oh,
It
okay.
does-
Well done.
It's twitching a little bit, but it is clearly not moving or struggling. And Holroyd, you in particular can see, because you're so close to it, that when this thing gets shot, rather than a spray of blood, whether you were expecting red or black or green blood, there is like a spray of this yellowish bubbly liquid, and you notice that it begins to melt the floor panels where it's hitting the floor. And you realize that this thing apparently has some sort of acid in place of blood.
Wow.
Be sure you keep track of your ammo for that thing too, McWorks. I think it has a certain number of shots.
Yeah, it says 4 shots, so I think that means I have 1 left or 3 left.
3 left, yes. Okay.
Jesus.
Uh,
Thanks, McWar.
well-
You saved my
Well
ass.
done. Yes.
Can't let that kill our workhorse.
Prevented 2 of your party members from gaining more stress too.
Oh, okay.
So, McWor, I will let you reduce a point of stress for killing that thing in 1 shot and not letting it
sick.
touch anyone. You're like, oh, okay, well maybe these things aren't so bad. It's just a
Oh.
spider that bleeds acid, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no big
I don't
deal.
see why our
No big
whole planet just got aced by them. Just a bunch of pussies.
deal.
Can I walk up to it and do an analysis on it?
Yes, you may. So, Spy, why don't you tell us what your analysis is? Because I know that's the talent for the scientist, correct?
Yeah, I can roll an observation to gain an insight regarding alien artifact or creatures you encounter to study for a turn. Every 6 I roll, I ask 1 question from the list, and a success roll reduces the stress level of all other PCs within short range by 1. Failed roll increases stress levels by 1. So if I fail... Oh, okay, so it's just 1 success would be reduced, okay.
Mhm.
So let me, do I still roll the dice still for this?
Yes. What is it you-
Stress dice or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you could, if you want, you could use your personal item to reduce your stress by 1 before you do this.
Is that the lab code or you just use it once?
Yes, everybody
Yeah.
can if they would like. You know, at this point, so in this game, if you want to recover stress, the normal way is basically you take a little bit of a break. And as long as you're not in danger and you're not being actively attacked, for every turn, which in the game is 5 to 10 minutes, that you spend like taking a quick breather, you can reduce your stress by 1. So,
Additionally, I have an ability called Banter, and so it says between fights you release tension in your team with some friendly banter. Your stress level and the stress level of everyone in short range of you drops 2 steps instead of 1 for every turn spent in a safe place. Having several Marines with this talent doesn't increase the effect.
All right,
Okay.
so which one happens first? Am I rolling or am I losing stress from the banter?
it's up to you. If you search right away, then you'll roll. But if you guys decide as a group that you want to take a breather, you can do that too.
I think maybe we need to chill out, have a smoke, think about this for a second. Seen some shit we didn't want to see.
Well, it looks like the creature's not going anywhere, so I could take a breather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So, and is your banter thing automatic? You don't have to roll or anything?
So I think that just means that whenever we take a break to like use our special items to reduce our stress, everyone's goes down 2 instead of 1.
Well, it's not referring to the items. It's just taking a break in general.
Yeah.
It's just that
Yeah.
when you take a break, you can also use your item, which will give you and you alone. And
Yeah,
reduce
this just
stress
says between fights.
Okay. So everyone will reduce stress by 2 instead of 1 because of Hirsch's banter. And if
Oh, nice.
anybody wants, they can also use a personal item at this point. Sorry, signature item.
Yeah, I'm using my lab coat so I can reduce it to 1.
Okay. So everybody
how
should
many
be pretty good on stress
driving-
now, right?
Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna roll for this observation.
Okay.
Oh yeah. All right, I got 1 success. No
Okay.
stress.
And I believe, do you ask me any questions with that roll?
Yeah, I can ask you 1 question. So,
Alright.
what is its purpose?
Is that? And I believe there's a list of questions, right?
Yeah, there's 6
Okay.
questions. So, I mean, obviously it's not human, and it's dead. So I'm gonna ask if it's what's its purpose.
Its purpose, you're guessing, especially after what you heard that happened to Jordan, is some sort of reproductive or infecting type creature. I mean, you don't think it's any coincidence that he came back with this thing on his face, and then, you know, a couple hours later, however long it was, another alien burst out of him. You know, nothing like that has ever happened before on the base. It just happened to happen when this thing latched onto him. So whether it impregnated him in some weird way or, you know, infected him, you know, because again, you don't really know what this thing is, but that's what your guess is. Especially when you get a closer look, you can see the little dangly part that they jam down someone's throat in order to implant the embryo into them. That's what you're guessing.
Damn. Oh, I relay that to everyone. And,
And we all gain 1 stress.
no, we all lose
somehow
the
that
stress.
calms you all down.
We should all lose the stress because I passed the
Yes.
check. So does that
Nice.
include me? Because this is all other.
I believe it is you as well. What page is that on?
77.
Honestly, I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better knowing about this. We're learning more every day.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth closed and you'll be fine, right?
Just like Corona. Wear
Hey,
a
I mean,
Hey,
like, look,
Don't work
all,
on out.
all
It's
I'm
the
saying is
coronavirus.
maybe if we could get like some really strong UV rays or like some disinfectant in here, it'd kill all the aliens.
I'm about to inject some disinfectant.
I
We're
hear
gonna solve all the
chugging
problems.
Clorox solves the problem.
Spy, it does not reduce your personal stress. It is all other PCs.
Well, I'll be damned. You
So
guys enjoy.
You've learned something as a scientist, and in some way, shape, or form, this reassures the group as you are able to at least give them some information. Although it's a bit horrifying, you kind of give them your thesis, so to speak.
Yeah. All right.
So are there weapons in the maintenance bay? Because I think more weapons would be good.
No, I think weapons.
You're going to the maintenance bay, correct?
We were
Yeah.
on the way there, yeah.
Okay. All right. So the group of you get down to the maintenance bay. There are no. Basically, in here is where they repair vehicles that are in for a tune-up or some sort of work. There is one tractor similar to the one that you guys were riding here that is currently in the bay being worked on. The tires are off right now. It looks like maybe they're in the middle of like an oil change or some rewiring or something like that. You know, it's up on the lift. But other than that, there is nothing else in here. I mean, there's equipment. You know, there's basic maintenance type equipment, and there is the med pad, or the med kit off on the wall that you can grab if you'd like.
I'm gonna yoink that.
That could be helpful.
I have
And,
2 now.
Spy, if you want, you can look in the gear section of the rulebook, which starts on page 117, and you can see what a med kit actually does as far as rules go.
Yeah, I've looked at it, so,
All right, cool.
so I'll grab that.
But yeah, I mean, there's other basic stuff in here. I mean, there's no like actual weapons, but you know, there's equipment and maintenance type gear.
What kind of equipment is there?
Mostly mechanical tools, you know, wrenches and things of that nature.
I'll
Would there
take
be
the
more
biggest
bolts?
range.
Okay. I assume everybody's probably gonna equip themselves with something if they don't already have something.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna
Right.
grab a big metal
Does-
stick.
Does that count as a close combat weapon? Like a
So-
wrench?
Yes, there's like an improvised. However, anybody who wants can make an observation roll to actually search the room and see if they can find anything in particular.
I
Oh,
will
yeah.
do such a thing.
Go ahead if you'd like. Does anybody have any stress at this point?
No.
I have
I
one.
don't.
I do not.
Okay.
Let's
I
try
fail. I don't find anything.
Let's try the
I failed.
D20. I'm gonna try the D6 roller and roll 20 and see
Oh
what
no, I rolled a success and a stress on my dice.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
no.
you panic. All right.
Oh,
So, obviously, in a situation like this, there's no immediate danger that's causing you to panic. In this case, it's more that all the shit that's been going on, you're obviously still a little stressed out by it. It's unnerving you. And what you're going to do is you're going to roll what's called a panic test, and it's probably not going to be anything bad because you don't have a lot of stress going on. But depending what you roll on the panic chart, can be something as mild as you just kind of let it wash over you and nothing bad happens, to the point where you just become comatose with fear, or paralyzed and crippled by fear. So what you
Nice.
do when you fail, two things happen. First of all, your stress goes up by 1 when you fail, when you make a panic. So your stress goes up by 1, and then you're going to roll a d6 and add the number of stress you currently have after increasing it by 1. And the panic chart goes up to 15. So let me know what you rolled your total.
So I roll a d6 and add it to my total stress level.
Yes.
6.
Okay. So 1 through 6 is keeping it together. You managed to keep your nerves in check, barely.
Damn.
So 1 through 6, that's the best you can get. Nothing negative. Nothing else negative happens. So you're okay. Other than your stress went up by 1.
All right.
And obviously, it's an automatic failure on whatever roll you were trying. Did anybody succeed on the roll?
Yeah, I got 3 successes.
Okay.
Damn.
If you want to check in the rule book what you can do with your stunts there.
Okay.
It's going to matter here.
Skills, stunts, observation, wits, success, stunts. Every success. Is it coming for me? Are there more of them? How do I get in, past, away? Are there more of these items, whatever I find close by, I guess?
Well, I will let you make 2 rolls on the table here instead of 1, because you had, a total of 3 successes?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So give me 2 2d6 rolls.
Okay. The first one. 3 and a 3.
So 6. Okay.
And the second one is a 5.
Okay. You find another cutting torch.
Nice.
This one has a power of 3 remaining. Same exact thing as what Hirsch currently has, except it's got 3 power. And 6, you find a very large, like a heavy tool that you can use as a weapon. The stats are: it gives you 1 bonus dice, and it does 1 damage.
Alright, who needs a weapon?
And it can be used, obviously, to block attacks.
I have nothing.
You're the science nerd guy, right? I'll give you the
Yeah.
power weapon cutting torch.
Woo! That sounds
Um,
easier to use than that giant stick.
Android, you're probably strong as balls, right?
Yes, but I'd like for all of you to stay safe.
Does everyone else have a weapon?
Exactly. That's
I
why
think
you should
everyone
take
else
it.
has a weapon.
Yeah.
If you believe that will protect you, then I will take the weapon.
Take it, Hal.
All right.
Please take it.
Okay. So what did I get?
You have basically have a big ass wrench. If you use
yeah.
it gives you a bonus of +1, so it's 1 extra dice, or 1 extra die when you make an attack, and it does a base damage of 1, plus any extra successes you roll.
I'm typing it in as big ass wrench. Okay.
Yep. Ooge wrench. You might be familiar with this one.
The fucking OP Ooge wrench that Matt got.
And with your disgusting strength score, you should be pretty baller with it.
But how far can you leap vertically?
Well, I got 7 strength, so
So in meters, that would be like 30 feet, right?
Probably
Yeah,
off the
something
moon.
like that.
30
least.
Yeah, how high is
boxes.
it vertical, bro?
Real quick, I'm gonna be back in 2 seconds, so I'm gonna grab a drink.
sounds good.
All right, so that's all the real useful gear that you find down there. What do you do at this point?
Well, my question would be, where does this ladder lead to?
Hold on, let me go back to my map here. I'm sorry, which ladder?
This one.
That ladder goes up to this one here in D2, and this one in D1. I know it's hard to see, but if you look on the sub-level map, you can see behind it is the outline of the actual colony. So if you
okay.
look, like, if you see this right here, this kind of like, that kind of cylindrical shape, you can see that's this right here on the map. So to kind of give you an idea, that's another way you can kind of try to line it up when you look at the top part. So yeah, it goes to the one directly above you. You can see on the map that is... Both of those are the recreation and family areas. So that's, there's gyms, little workout centers, kitchen, place to watch movies, and, couch and chairs. Like a big break room or big staff room, I guess, a good way to think of it. A little more homely,
Okay.
though.
Do you guys want to
So
go to the
the-
main comms?
If we can like talk to people, it's probably not a bad idea. Chris, do we know what like these symbols are?
Mick, where you're breaking up there a lot.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Is that better?
Yeah,
One
you're
more
fine.
time.
You sound
Is that-
fine.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Go again.
Hello.
There we go.
Okay. Do we know what these symbols are? Like what these?
The legend is in the bottom left of the map.
Oh, okay.
Hal, you were saying something.
Oh yeah. Well, we could go to the comms if we wanted to go to the armory. Like, so the map that we're on right here, there's this ladder here. I don't know if you guys saw that ping.
Yes.
I did.
All right, I'm not sure. Does it go to? And then if we go to the very first map on the left, to this ladder.
Let me see. The ladder just above the vehicle bay.
Yeah. So this ladder,
Yes.
and then does that go? I guess right above, to this ladder.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so that would be our best bet if we wanted to go get more weapons, but we don't have the key to get in.
But wouldn't the access right here? That's where like Simpson would be at, because that's the main camera area. So,
I
think
mean,
that's
that's where he would normally be. Yes.
Can we use one of the like terminals to see if there's like a list where it lists last places they were seen or where their key cards were used or something like that?
You could attempt a ComTech if you can get to a access terminal or a mainframe. It'd be difficult, but it's possible.
I'm pretty good at Comtech. I don't know if anyone can.
I'm decent.
I'm at 7.
I got
I'm at
5, but
6.
7 is much better.
So I
Yeah,
could do
I got
that.
Yeah. Want to do that because getting ourselves weapons is not bad. Or if we can find out where the what was her name? The 2 important people who came in on that shuttle, because they're probably the ones we need to find their key cards to get to that shuttle.
Homer Simpson, right?
No, Simpson is the security supervisor on the base.
I want to say
Two.
Reynolds.
Yes, the 2 that came in on the shuttle are Wayland Yutani reps. The first is Reynolds, and the other was Comiskey.
Okay, so
Comiskey, is like a scientist type that came with Reynolds, and Reynolds appears to be in charge of the mission that they are on.
and we don't know what their mission is. Just something
No.
sketchy.
No, you do not. Miranda Reynolds, she's a company agent, and then the Theodora Comiskey is her chief scientist.
Gotcha. So they probably have a key card for us to get on that
Yeah,
shuttle.
no,
so we
you
can get
guys,
out.
you guys are almost positive that they would have the key cards, and you know that they're the only 2 that could authorize the shuttle to be like prepped or to leave or use the shuttle in any way.
Okay, so we know that we absolutely need some sort of key card to operate the craft.
Correct. Yes, and if it's locked, you would need the key card to get into it as well.
Okay.
Well, do you guys want me to go check out the terminal?
Yeah, sure. Works for me.
Yeah,
All right,
can't hurt.
All right, let me see. Maybe I'll get a little nervous doing this. I got 1 success. Well, let's see my stress. Oh, no stresses. Wait, what if you get a 6 on the stress? Does it matter?
That counts as success as well.
On the stress dice?
Yes.
All right, well, I got 2 successes then.
Okay. I'm sorry. What are you trying to do again?
I'm doing the ComTech to access it in the terminal. And I'm not aware. I need to know outside of the game what can the terminal do to really.
You tell me what you're trying to do, and then I'll tell you how hard it's going to be.
All right. Well, are we trying to find out where anyone been logging in at? Is that what we're trying to do?
Yeah, like the last scan of Simpson and the other two.
Yeah, sure. Last known location of Homer Simpson.
All right, that's something very, very difficult to pinpoint, especially from just one of the basic terminals in the base. So you do not discover that information.
All right. Well, it was a bust.
Rip.
Now, normally what I would do, because in this game you only ever need one success to succeed at something. Normally there'd be modifiers, and modifiers in this game either add or reduce dice. But since you already rolled, I'm not going to make you re-roll and take dice away. So, in that case, we'll say you need more successes, which you didn't get.
All right.
Well, would we need to go to the command center then to try and look at all the monitors or figure out, like, would that roll, Chris, be easier in the command center?
Yes, there would be access to any cameras on the base, and hopefully there'd be people there that might actually still be trying to operate things like like that. And in and of itself, it's kind of like a tower, so you can it's not a huge tower. I mean, it doesn't it's not like stories and stories high, but it is slightly higher than the rest of the base at its tallest point, so you can kind of see over everything.
Then, yeah, I guess go there sounds like a good idea. Maybe we'll find some people to boss around.
Let's go to the command center and hack the armory.
Let's activate the nuclear warheads.
Okay, so which route are you taking?
Ooh.
So what I saw before is that on our current map there's this ladder, and if we go to
Yes.
the map above us, it goes to this ladder,
Yes.
and then if we just went down this hallway, it would get us to the command center.
But this map above us right here, the level 2, is not directly above us. That would be level 1.
Yeah, but so there's a ladder on level 1 in the exact same spot, and I assume that ladder goes all the way to level 2 as well.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was looking at the maps. I thought maybe they had kind of jumbled up the ladder positions.
I mean, don't we know the shortest path to it because we know the area?
Yeah, you would. I mean, if you're trying to get to the
Oh,
command
I guess
center,
there is this ladder too.
yeah, that would probably be the fastest.
All right, well, let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
Army guy lead the way with robot right behind.
Okay, I'll take point.
All
right.
Defensive position behind.
Okay.
I'm in the middle.
Something military.
I guess I'll take up the rear with my GAT.
The pilot should stay in the middle.
My
with
God.
the scientist.
All right. So you
Yeah,
make your way down the hallway, and the silence of the base continues, and you make your way south past the maintenance offices and past the vehicle bay towards that ladder, and you don't see anything else really down here. It looks pretty much abandoned. There is no sign of any of the fighting here. It looks like it was pretty much maintained to the housing section.
Okay.
And however, at the very end of that hall, past the ladder, the reason that continues off the map is that is actually a tunnel that leads off to processor number 1. And you see at the end of that hall, facing outwards away from you guys, Hirsch, you recognize it immediately, and then either you tell everybody or the rest of you figure it out, is a sentry gun.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Everybody stop. Holy fucking shit. Don't get too
What's
close.
going on?
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It's facing towards you guys, not away.
That's what I mean. Like,
I will need everybody to make
Shit.
a mobility check.
Shit, how close did we get before it saw us?
You don't know if it saw you. That's why you're rolling.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, I do not
is
have...
mobility tied to agility.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't have very many dice for this.
I did not pass that.
3d6.
Remember, if you fail, you can push the roll if you want to try to do it again. But you will gain a stress by
I got
doing so.
2.
I'll take that.
Do you roll stress dice if you push?
That time I
Yes.
do pass.
Yeah, if you rolled stress dice the first time and they were not a success or a failure, and you push the roll, you re-roll the stress dice as well.
Okay. Well,
Did anyone fail though?
I failed.
All right.
Who else did?
I did, but I pushed
I-
the roll and I passed the second time, and now I have stress.
So
Okay.
I got 2 successes. I want to use a stunt to give the person who failed a success.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Okay,
Hook me
so
up.
Hirsch, you realize it a little too late that there is a sentry gun there, and you basically, as it detects you, and you hear the click and noise of it, about to arm and fire, you throw yourself into the passage that leads to the ladder.
And
Hol-
I'm also going to yell, "Oh, sweet Jesus, get down!"
Holroyd, you see this as well, and you notice it almost before Hirsch does, and you instinctively throw yourself back to try to help anyone who's standing behind you, which just happens to be Sig, who's kind of unaware of what's happening. So you tackle Sig to the ground, and the two of you get knocked off to the left into that large room off the tunnel. And then McWhirr and Singleton, you guys each jump into one of the different maintenance offices on the right-hand side of the hall. And as you all do, you hear the sound of the sentry gun open fire, and shots rip through the hallway and tear up the door at the end of the hall. And it goes off for a couple seconds, if that. Fires off a dozen rounds or so, and eventually it stops, and you hear the shells clatter to the ground. And Hirsch and Holroyd, since you guys are closest to it, you can still hear that it's active, and it goes back into scanning, but no one is hit.
What the? Did we know that there was a sentry there?
Where did I dive in here?
No, because you guys have been gone. You guys were gone when it got set up. You and Holroyd dove into this hall by the
by the ladder.
Yep.
Yeah, well, what the hell?
Is this Holroyd, the purple one? Or is that Singleton? I don't know.
I don't know. Might be Singleton.
Oh wait, it's purple, it's Eddie. Eddie, you're up here. This hall.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I done got out of the way
We're all
just in the
fine
nick
here.
of time, y'all.
Sig, are you okay?
I'm alive. Hal saved me for once again.
All right, good. Remember, Sig, buddy, it's gonna be okay.
Thanks, man. Thanks. You're my
Yeah,
lifesaver.
it's unnerving, even for the Marine who's heard things shoot at them before. So everybody gains a stress from that, as that could have been a very serious friendly fire incident.
Just by the way you start off those sentences, I immediately just grab a dice and put it on the tray. I know what's happening.
All right, so we
All right,
can't
well-
go this way, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Sig, I yell out, Sig and I are pinned down in this room. What's everyone else like?
I'm in an office.
Yeah, you guys, you're able to briefly glance out from where you're hiding and see everybody else without setting it off, but if you try to walk into the hall or move much further from whatever room you're in, it'll probably detect you and start firing again.
So, are these sentry guns things that can pan up and down? So if we're just to crawl, it would pan down and then just blitz us?
No, they are left and right.
Okay.
There was a scene in the movie of the sentry guns, but it's only in the extended version, so if you haven't seen it, I understand, because I actually didn't know about it until last year when I watched the extended cut finally.
Oh.
But yeah, they sit on a little tripod and they scan, left and right, and depending, can either survey I would say a 45 to a 180 degree line of sight.
Okay. So we could all just crawl out of our respective rooms to the ladder, right?
In
Well,
theory.
Would that be common? So, all right, being a colonial marine or former colonial marine, what do I know about these things and the best process by which to try to avoid their tracking?
Well, you know that it is possible to crawl under one, but the further down the hall you are, the harder that is because of the way the camera is set. If you were like right next to it and underneath it, it probably wouldn't see you. It also depends how small you are. You know, if you were completely flat on the floor, there's a good chance, or there's a better chance that it won't detect you. But if you're crawling on your hands and knees, you know, you're still probably tall enough where it would trigger.
Okay.
If you were somehow up on the ceiling, it would probably have a much harder time seeing you. Otherwise, you would either have to shut it down, damage it, destroy it, or otherwise distract it to get it from triggering.
Well, yeah.
All right. So, the only way we're gonna get out of this is if we all have to either prone flat on the ground and crawl out and hope it doesn't detect us, or we need to find a way to block it, break it, or maybe distract it. Anybody got stuff to throw around or block the hallway?
I'm gonna let you guys decide this while I grab a quick drink. So discuss amongst yourselves your plan of action.
I don't have anything to throw at it, but like whoever's closest, maybe you can crawl up to it and then just turn it off.
I do have a pretty good heavy machinery roll.
I am closest. So
I got 2 successes on the mobility. I don't know if I can give that to someone for another, like an upcoming thing.
you might,
Maybe.
if that's possible. I mean, like, I could try to just sneak my way up there and see if I can turn it off or push it over or something.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's like our best bet.
Maybe-
Otherwise, we
may-
just keep trying to dodge bullets.
Maybe we just crawl away and go somewhere else.
Well,
Maybe.
Since me and Justin are the closest, I have a pretty good heavy machinery roll or dice roll. I don't know how good is yours.
Me?
Yeah.
I have heavy machinery 1.
Right.
I've got
So I
4+1.
got a 7 plus 3.
Oh,
What?
These are
I
robots.
think Hell should take care of this.
So I could crawl since I'm closest to it, go prone, and then try and disable it.
Well, you're second closest to it.
Oh yeah, second closest.
I'm over here.
I mean, maybe you can just like pick it up and bring it with us. So whatever else tries to fuck with us, we just stick a machine gun on it.
Yeah, maybe you can disassemble it and just walk with it and just use it as a minigun.
Yeah, apparently my character is pretty swole.
You can be Arnold.
Or,
Dude.
like, when you're crawling over there to protect you, just spitballing, one of us could try to run from, like, one door to another, just sort of dive through the hallway.
Yeah, to distract it.
You can wave at it.
All right, what's the plan of action?
Shoulder
Oh,
peek
yeah,
the corners.
Yeah,
while-
I could
while
just,
he's crawling up.
I could lean out and then
Distract it.
lean back in, like, just stick my arm out.
Well, do you have like in the offices, do you have like a chair that you could just wave out the door?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm in the office. I got all kinds of crap in here. I can start
All
throwing out the door to like distract it while you crawl up.
Okay.
Hey, guys, make
Yeah,
sure
'cause
you're
I think-
watching out at those vents to see any more of those creepy crawlers coming out.
That's a good point.
Oh, I got my ears on.
So yeah, Chris, it sounds like we have our plan.
All right.
So someone's gonna distract it by waving something out the doors, and then I'm gonna crawl. I'm gonna try and crawl as flat, like prone crawl, as flat as possible over to the machine, and I'm gonna try and do a heavy machinery roll on the device to see if I could somehow disable it.
Well, the easiest thing to do would just be to like break it or knock it over. I mean, it's heavy, but it's meant to be moved by one person. You know, maybe
Well,
2 at the most. So
if that's
you
the
got
case-
close enough, you could knock it over, and then it wouldn't be able to detect
So-
you guys.
If that's the case, I'm the closest anyway, and it's the closer you are, the better odds you have.
Mhm.
So why don't I just start snaking my way down the hallway and just try to shove the son of a bitch over?
Yeah, for
You can
sure.
just turn it the other way, right?
Yeah, or you can
Yeah,
just knock it over so it's not Yeah, but I mean, if you get next to it, you could easily just pick it up and turn it to face like the wall or down the other hallway, the other way.
All right. I want to do that.
Okay, so give me a mobility roll first to try to get past this thing, and this will be somewhat difficult, so it's -1 dice to your roll. -1
Okay.
die.
1 second. Mobility 1.
Oh,
And then whatever your agility is, because it's tied to agility.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Okay, well, that puts me back up at 3. But I also have 2 stress. Okay, did not pass that. Hold on, here's my agility. Or, my stress. I got a 6 with the stress.
Then you pass.
Okay.
As long as you can roll all the dice together, it's just if you roll a 1 on your stress dice, then you're fucked.
Okay, no, I did not get a 1 on the stress dice.
Okay.
I got a 6 and a 5.
Okay, so you have perhaps done this before. You get low to the ground, and you are able to crawl basically beneath its field of vision, and you do not set it off. So, what do you do to stop it?
I'm gonna see if I can just sort of look up and see if I could just shove it over or turn it around, like grab the tripod and try to adjust it.
Yeah.
And whatever's the most convenient.
The easiest thing is, you crawl past it, and then you get behind it, and you just pick it up, and then you can literally just turn it 180 so it's facing, out towards the other way of the hall. It's facing
All right.
south.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, you do that. It doesn't require a roll. I mean, it's not that heavy, and you're a strong dude, so it's not a problem. And then you guys hear Hirsch give you the all clear. You all poke your head out into the hall, and you see that he has successfully turned the sentry gun to face the other way.
question, guys. If the sentry gun is facing towards us, that means possibly there are people that way that are trying not to get attacked by these creatures, right?
Yep.
But of course,
So, I'm sorry. Here's my take on that. Fuck 'em.
Okay. But okay.
With respect, fuck them.
Look, more humans.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Where's this
Harsh,
tunnel lead? Processor 1?
Right.
Yeah, it's one of the atmospheric processors that helps terraform the planet.
If it's really that much of a concern, we can carry it up this way and turn it around somewhere. But I don't know how.
I mean, the
Where are we
big
gonna put it?
concern was like there are other people we might want to meet and find out because maybe Simpson or the agent is there and we can get their key card and shit.
but there's no map that way, right? So that means we don't care about them.
I mean, okay, that's metagamey, sure. I agree with you on that aspect.
Hal, do you know by any chance how to maybe use this for yourself and take it?
Use what?
The sentry gun. Take it apart.
I ask myself, Chris.
The sentry gun, basically you set it up, and then you turn it on, and if something triggers its motion sensor, basically, it starts firing. So basically all you have to do is set it up, which has already been done, point it the direction you want it to look, set the degree of the rotation, for how far it scans back and forth, and then if it sees something, it stops and opens fire in that direction. And if it's anything that's like the height of a child or taller, it will in theory hit it because, again, if you're flat to the ground, the camera might not, or the motion sensor might not see you, but if you're, even like knee height, then it'll probably hit you. And this one looks like it's, designed to hit like midsection, groin section, if it was aimed at like an average height person. So maybe like, I don't know, 2 to 3 feet tall, depending.
It's meant to get you down and catch you in the head on the way down.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, right now it's active, and right now, if anything were to come from the other hallway, it would trigger it, and Hirsch would know how to turn it on and off, and potentially bring it with you.
So
I can lug the damn thing around if you want me to. That's not a problem.
let Hal do it.
If you don't if you don't undeploy it, it'll be very difficult to carry up the ladders. But if you basically disassemble it and fold it up, it basically folds into like a little suitcase almost like of itself, and then you can easily open it. I mean, it takes like a minute or two to set up, but you know, it's not like you have to have tools or anything.
Holy
No,
shit!
I do
trying to
really
carry this thing around with it deployed. I mean, imagine trying to carry like a telescope on a tripod. Like, how are you going to do that on a ladder, right? Like, and this is an active firearm that's actively scanning to shoot something. So,
Also, point of order. I like how before we were worried about leaving the machine gun pointed the wrong way for the people who might be down that way, but now we're thinking about just taking it away from them altogether. The poor sons of bitches.
That wasn't the
Gonna
worry.
get shredded to pieces.
Our needs are more important than their needs. That's
The
what
worry
I'm
was
saying
trying
right
to
now.
find those people in case they were useful. They don't seem useful if the two or three people we need aren't with them.
So what's the call? Am I packing the son of a bitch up?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man, we
Alright,
might need this
I'm
thing.
gonna-
It could be very useful.
This
I'm
is the
gonna
closest
go
weapon
there
we have.
and, I'm gonna go over there and disassemble it and fold it into a suitcase.
okay, you have one sentry gun.
Nice.
Let's look for the full set.
Yeah.
So who would have put these out?
I don't
Probably
know,
somebody who was scared and didn't want to get killed by like all those other people.
I mean, it's there's got to be like a security team on the.
Yeah, who would have
Planet, right?
access?
Simpson.
Why would they?
Why would they be going to one of the processors?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we should go down to the processor and check it out.
Yeah, but at the same time, look, do we care more about what's hypothetically over at the processor, or do we care more about getting the fuck out of this horrible, horrible nightmare in space? No one can hear us scream, is what I'm
There's no
saying.
escape. There's no escape. We just got to
But we're
kill
not
them.
in space right now. We're on a planet, so they can definitely hear us.
Yeah, and
scream.
planets are in space. Duh.
Yeah, I mean, everything is Look, if you want to get technical, I mean, we can sit here and fucking debate that shit all night. But let's get down to brass tacks. We want to. Did you see all those fucking people just shredded into goddamn pieces and shit like that? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
need
but we
to get
can't go
out of
anywhere.
Technically,
Technically, I
no,
did
he
not. So
Fake news.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, let me inform you.
fake news. I don't know what y'all talk about.
Let me inform you. That shit looked like somebody just fucked the shit out of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, except it was human
Can't
beings.
say I've ever experienced that.
Truth hurts, bro.
Uh,
I like the analogy.
What a shame.
how long would it take for us to get to the processor if we just went there?
On foot, probably a couple hours.
Oh,
And you are going through a tunnel that is basically a maintenance tunnel, so it's not an easy route. Eventually, you'd have to be crawling through it, like at some points, like Bishop had to do in the movies.
And has
Under-
anyone been there before? Any of us?
Yeah, you guys have probably been there. At least one of you. Definitely Hallroyd, you've been there.
I'm just gonna register
Yeah.
my opinion on this whole idea of going to the reactor. Hard fucking no.
For now, I agree as well. Until we get to the command center and see more of maybe some of the footage that has gone on here the last couple hours.
We're not going to like what we see.
Well, I know you're not.
probably gonna get some more stress too.
I feel
and
much
that's
better
all big
about
old stress
levels go up.
Also,
It's okay.
if
I'll just watch
if
it.
somebody did go back that way and they set up the turret to protect them, it sounds kind of like a whole lot of their fucking problem right now.
Well, I feel good about this turret, so I feel better. We can go wherever.
You can trust the turret.
All right. So where are you guys going?
Command center?
Going up
Yes.
the ladder? Like
Yeah,
Mike,
yeah, that's the move, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bravo.
All right. So you make your way up the ladder into E2, which is the command center, the morgue, and the med lab. So
Right
the
here, here-ish.
yes, yeah. So you guys are
Oh,
you're in this section of the base basically. So you get up the ladder, and to the basically straight ahead of you down the hall is the command center. And let's see here. So the command center, command ops, basically it's the nerve center of the colony, and monitors a lot of the vital functions, making sure everything is, all the levels on all your equipment is correct, especially the reactors and the processors and things like that, and security here as well. And this place is usually one of the busiest on the base. There's always someone, at least one person, sometimes two or three at least, here, and usually more, especially during the regular day hours. There's always people here keeping track of what's going on. It's never left empty. And when you do get to the into the actual room, you can see that it is a ghost town. There is no one here. There's a hiss of static coming from one of the intercoms, and some of the screens are flickering or have the white static on them. And you can see the screens that are normally for the CCT cameras are like flickering on and off, and you see like one of them seems to be stuck on an image, and normally they rotate through images on the base, or you can control which camera you're looking at, so that looks a little messed up as well and damaged. And that's what you see when you enter the command room.
Can I access the mainframe computer to see if I could look at video logs of footage of the cameras that are broken?
Yes, give me a ComTech, please.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a drink while y'all's rolling.
All right.
How long does it take to set up the turret?
I would say maybe a minute or two.
Okay.
If I roll a 1 on stress, I automatically fail no matter what successes I had, right?
Yes.
Alright, so yeah, I gotta panic then.
Okay. So your stress goes up by 1, and then roll us a panic test, please. So a d6 plus your current stress level.
So that's 4 plus... so 8.
8. Tremble. You start to tremble uncontrollably. All skill rolls using agility suffer a -2 modification until your panic stops.
Yeah.
So you see Sig begins to operate the terminal, and all of a sudden his hand starts to twitch and tremble, and he kind of grabs his wrist to try to calm himself down. But he steps away, from the keyboard, and seems to have a moment.
Sigs, are you all right?
Now, when you are panicking for 1 turn, which is normally 5 to 10 minutes. There are 3 ways for panic to stop. 1 is a turn passes, so once 5 to 10 minutes pass, you kind of get control of yourself. 2, you're broken, which means you're reduced to 0 health. And 3 is if another character uses the command skill on you, which is a slow action if it's during combat, so this can be done during combat. They can use a command skill, and if they pass, they basically give you an order or some sort of pep talk to snap you out of it.
Alright, well, I don't know if anyone's got
So-
that.
You see that? So Hirsch, what do you do? Let's go through the list here.
Well, I don't have a command skill.
Okay.
So I can't do that, I guess.
You could, but obviously you're not trained in it, so it's a lot harder to do.
It would just be based on empathy.
Yes.
I do have high empathy. I got 3.
Okay. Well, do you want to do that, or you can do something else?
I do, because Sig's my buddy. So I'm gonna go over to Sig and I'm gonna say, "Listen, man, I know it's stressful. Everything's terrible. This shit's really fucked up, but we're gonna get through it. Because you know what you're doing. I got faith in you. You're gonna fucking get us through this. You're gonna find the shit that we need. We got the turret. Okay, never, ever lose your faith in the turret. It's got a fucking million bullets. I can point in any direction. We're gonna be cool. You want me to set it up right now, just so you know this room is safe?
Every room you go into, you disassemble and reassemble it. We are gonna turtle the fuck out of this adventure.
The turret?
Do you want me to put it up? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it right
Go
outside.
ahead and do the command roll.
All right, I'll get too stressed though. So.
Oh man, I hope you panic too. That'd be great.
Oh no, what's happening?
Sig panicked.
Joke's
and
on you, Chris, because I got a 6, 6, a 4, and a 1 on my regular empathy, and then I got a 6 and a 4 on my stress.
So what? 2 successes?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are able to calm Sig down. You take a minute to basically reassure him and calm him down. So your panic comes to an end, which is good. Meanwhile, McWhirr, what do you do while this is going on? Sig failed the roll and panicked, and Hirsch is using the command ability or the command skill, to try to calm him down.
And we're in the command center, just kind of like looking at the
Yes.
cameras and stuff.
Mhm.
Is there like a command office that, like, whoever regularly runs it? Can I just rummage through their shit, see if they have anything in there?
That would be in this room that you're in.
Okay. Yeah, I just like to look around and see if there's anything out of the ordinary.
Give me an observation roll.
Gucci. Let's see, what is that?
And then Holroyd, you'll be up next.
What is my stress?
All right. Well, since Sig was having a moment, I would like to try and step in and do the comms.
Okay, so you give me a comm check, and then Singleton, what are you going to do?
Let's see.
Join the rest of the party?
6 reg.
Well, you're with them now. I'm assuming you're with them, but unless you just stayed downstairs like fuck it.
No, I'm just hanging out here, guys. Bye.
Okay, I got 1 success.
I'm going to the reactor. Fuck these guys.
Okay, give me a 2d6 roll, please, McWhirr.
Let's see. A 7. 7.
Okay, in his desk, you find a pack of cigars.
Oh, sweet.
I'll buy.
There are 3 left.
I'll put those away for improving morale should it get shitty.
Otherwise, there is not a whole lot that you find other than the stuff that I've already described up here.
Sure.
Wow. Looks like there's really not shit for me to do. I'm just gonna hang out with you guys and chill. Alright. I have 1 stress. I'd like to relieve that.
Okay. You guys will probably have time to relieve a point of stress as you guys are sitting here doing this. Holroyd, you had a success?
Yeah, I got 1 success.
Okay, and you are trying to check what specifically?
I'm doing a comm check, and I wanted to check the feed to see if I could get maybe some playback on some of the other videos and other cameras to see if I could see where Simpson was or the other 2 Wayland Yutani people are.
Okay. So what you first you realize that the terminal is damaged and it looks like it's shorted out. So you take a couple minutes here to rewire some things and basically get it back up and running. And then you're able to cycle through the different cameras and get a better look at the base. And you're able to see downstairs where you guys just were the slaughter that happened in the housing area. And you see there is a another camera that shows a hallway, and you catch just the glimpse of somebody. It looks like unconscious or dead. They look bloodied, and they are being dragged out of the frame of the camera by something off camera. You can't see what.
Ooh, do I know what hallway that was?
That was in A1.
A1.
Over here.
Ooh, can you do the ping again?
Yes, this section.
Ah, okay.
And
Couldn't see who was being dragged though, right?
No, just a body, and you couldn't see who or what was dragging it. And then you see another camera. There is movement, and at first you're not sure what it is, and eventually you can kind of see the silhouette of some sort of inhuman looking creature, and you don't know what it is, but it is one of the xenomorphs from the films. Full grown, black, shiny, wet carapace with the long tail and the elongated head.
That's good.
And it's just standing. At first, it looks like it's just moving. It looks like it's kind of looking around, and then it seems to almost, for lack of a better term, sit or come to rest, like in a corner, and you're not sure what it's doing. It's just sitting there. It seems to be waiting or perhaps watching. You can see its tail kind of whipping a bit, kind of languidly, not like violently, but you can see its tail twitching a little bit behind it. And other than its tail, it really like almost isn't moving at all. And you know, it doesn't really disturb you the way it disturbs the others, but the thing that's really bizarre is that the thing doesn't seem to have eyes, as far as you can tell. And that's definitely unsettling and creepy. Everyone else in the comm room, you see these things as Holroyd gets the monitors up and running and starts looking through. And seeing this creature unnerves everybody, and you gain a point of stress.
Do we
problem,
lose
guys.
a point of stress for chilling first, or?
You do not lose it because your rest basically is interrupted by seeing this on the camera.
All right.
And the thing that's even more disturbing is, Holroyd, you realize before everybody else that you are looking at the cameras for section E1.
It's right below us.
Oh shit!
Right below you.
Set
I'm
up the
gonna
turret
try
that
and
way. Set up the turret that way.
I say, deploy the turret immediately.
I'm gonna try and warn everyone to be quiet, like in a quiet voice. It's right below us. It's right down that hallway.
We need to get to the armory.
Yeah, we need to find those fucking gate cards.
Would we be able to access the armory from the mainframe?
No, you need the key access code for that, or you might be able to hack the lock, or break the lock, but you can't like override it from here.
What kind of skill would that be?
I believe you can do Comtech or heavy machinery to get it open, or to try to get it open.
Well, I got 5 stress dice. I can totally pass now. I rolled 12 dice.
Jesus, 5 stress dice.
Okay, this guy needs to calm down. You need to take a break, Spy.
All right. Well, what are you guys
Take a
doing?
nap. Spy needs to catch a break, or he's gonna have a stroke.
What was
Take
that? Eddie?
a trip to the
Spy
casino.
needs to take a break, or he's gonna have a stroke.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Set
feeling
up the
good. I only
turret
got a
and take a
couple
break?
stress.
Is that the gist
Sure.
of it? Set up a turret, take a break.
Yeah, I say we set up the turret and chill for a minute. Think about how we're gonna die.
Where do you put the turret, Hirsch?
I'm sorry?
Where are you gonna put the
Just
turret?
broke me for a second. Because we're gonna hang out here for a bit. I will put the turrets. Let's say, like right here.
So, well, they're right below us, so if they're gonna come through the. Oh shit! I don't know, man. Wait.
Through the ladder.
Well, the command center is only one entrance. Why don't we all sit in the command center and point the turret away from us? So
Out the door.
I like that.
there's no way we're gonna
Alright.
get.
Yeah, let's do it that way.
Sure.
All right. As you do that, Holroyd, you continue to scroll through the system and try to see other things, and you do see a few other things. You see in the med lab, which is right next to you guys in the next room, you can see there is someone alive and moving They appear to be in the quarantine room, and you can see that there is a corpse of someone on one of the examination tables. You're not sure if they've locked themselves in there or if they've gotten trapped, but the person is basically just leaning against the window, looks very tired or fatigued, or perhaps crying. It's hard to tell. Person is wearing a lab coat. It is a female. Can't make out much more than that. The other thing that you see is there is at the bar, you can see another one of these creatures moving through the hallway here towards the bar.
Ah, he's thirsty
Catch
too.
You catch a glimpse of it. And you also see, just see which room it's in.
Wow, it's a good thing we went here. See where all these aliens are.
Yeah, buddy.
We're all gonna die.
God,
Also, probably.
good at all.
I'll tell you which room it is, because I have to remember which one it is. But what you do see is you see another room. I believe it's like a bunch of offices, and there is looks like you see someone sitting in a chair facing away from the camera. You can't tell what they're doing, but you definitely can see a human silhouette in a chair. And I believe it's in C2, but I'll double check that for you.
Do we see what kind of clothing this person is wearing? Do they look?
The one in the chair?
Yeah.
No, it's hard to tell because it's like a huge, like one of those big leather chairs you'd see at like some big wigs, like corporate desk. So all you can really see is like the top of their head and their arms, jutting out from the chair.
Also, this room is mainly used for maybe important meetings,
Yeah,
or
it's C2. It's the corporate offices and the administrator's office.
Oh, so that's like over here.
well, that sounds like another probable spot where the execs might have met.
Okay. So enough time passes, you can reduce your stress by 1, and
Would it be 2 because of banter?
yes,
Yes.
you're correct.
Yeah.
I feel
And at
better.
that-
Always got good.
What do you? I'm assuming you relay all this information to the rest of the group. You
Yeah,
guys can see
yeah.
it.
So I'll relay that all to the people, to the group. Tell them about the exec offices. Maybe that'd be a spot where they might have met up or went to, and where all the aliens are currently at.
Okay.
I'll leave it up to the group to decide where they want to go.
I want to talk to these people, but I don't want to be in the same room.
Oh yeah, about the med lab doctor.
Yep.
Oh, I mean,
I
they're
wanna
just
talk
down
to her,
the.
but I don't want to be in the room with her. I want to talk to her. Just
Well, I'm not very empathetic,
safe.
but I could talk to her if you want.
I think my character's empathetic.
I got a little bit.
Oh, she's got empathy for days.
I only have.
Five empathy.
Don't worry, you will most likely probably die, but we are here for you. Please calm down.
Please put all of your important items
I got-
in the deposit box.
I got 3 empathy, so I can serve as a backup.
I got
Alright,
4.
Let's go interrogate this bitch.
I will follow you.
Do we
Alright,
want to
but
turn
first-
off the sentry so we don't get riddled with bullets?
I'm assuming you turn off the sentry. McWhirr and Holroyd, the two of you are going to the med bay or med lab.
Yeah, I'll follow.
I'll go
Sure.
too, because she's a former scientist. So
Okay. Is everybody going at this point then?
Yeah, because my homies are going, so I'm going. Oh,
Yeah, I'll go because I gotta be the empathy backup.
maybe it's that
Okay. So
scientist girl.
in the med lab, so there's an examination room and then a quarantine booth. And inside the quarantine booth is where this person is. Now, both rooms are in shambles. Cabinets have been thrown open. Everything has been looted, and clearly someone was in a mad scramble to try to grab any medical supplies that they could. And the quarantine room, it's a quarantine booth, so they can do experiments and examinations in there as well. And it's got like the kind of like that plastic glass windows that were in the films. Really can't hear through them, and unless you shoot them, they're pretty hard to break or damage. And you can see this woman in there, and you all realize that this is in fact Dr. Comiskey. And she's in the room. She's leaning up against it, kind of like with like by her shoulder. The top of her arm is kind of leaning against the wall. And Holroyd and McWhirr, when you get closer, as you go to talk to her, you can see that she's definitely has been crying. And on the floor, so there's a body on the examination table that you see, and the person on the table is very dead, and you realize that it is the body of Jordan. And I'm sorry, no, it's not. I'm sorry, he's not there. It's a different body, but much like Jordan, you can see that there is a his chest is just a bloody ruin, as something looks like exploded out of or through his chest. And on the floor, there is a dead facehugger. And also on the floor in the corner, there is a specimen tube that has a live facehugger inside of it.
Oh.
Fuck
Whoa.
that shit. Burn it. Burn it
We
now.
should, definitely kill it, but so the body is not Jordan, the original infected guy. And
Correct,
we
yeah,
see
because his body would either be in the morgue or would have been incinerated at this point, so...
But the body clearly has, the broken open area where a chest burster popped out.
Yes.
Does
Okay.
she see us?
She does, but she looks kind of out of it. I mean, she acknowledges you guys, but I don't know if you say something, before.
Oh my
Can we
god,
knock
it's
on the glass and
Kaminsky.
see? 'Cause
She
we're on the
probably
other
has
side
the
of
ID
glass.
card to get out of here.
Yeah.
Can we knock on the
Basically,
glass?
there's a little intercom you can use to talk to her, because otherwise you couldn't talk through this glass. The way it's built, it's too thick.
I want to go to the com and be like, yo, what up, what up?
Start spitting fat rhymes.
I'm a spit game, and she wants to date.
Can we ask her why she's in there? Why she's locked herself in the quarantine room?
Yes, you can. So that's you, McWhirr. You hit the button and you start speaking to her. So what exactly do you say?
Hey, Kaminsky, why are you by yourself in the quarantine room? What's happening here?
And a face hugger in a jar.
At first, she doesn't really seem to even acknowledge you, and then finally it seems she kind of snaps out of whatever shock she is in, and you can tell that she's been sobbing for a while, and she explains that she had tried to help the guy that had been face hugged, but she wasn't able to get to him in time, and obviously he's dead, and one of those things got loose. And she, she says she's just been in here since then, and she kind of locked herself in after realizing the base has pretty much been overrun, and she kind of pleads for you guys to open the door and help her.
No.
Is there a way to tell if someone's straight up lying to your face?
Yeah, she's lying.
Yes, that would be, I believe it's manipulation.
Okay, cool. What is my manipulation skill? Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I'm at 5.
I got a total of 7. And
Now
currently
this is
no
what's
stress.
called an opposed roll.
Oh,
So she makes a roll as well, and whoever has the most successes wins. Only the
Wow.
person who initiates the test can push, and
yeah, I think I'll
That's-
probably push.
empathy, right?
Yeah. I'll probably push because I only got one success.
Okay.
So I would just reroll all the ones that didn't succeed?
You can only push if you fail.
Oh, okay. So I have to wait for you to tell
Really?
me if she beat.
No. Chris, you could definitely push even if you succeeded.
Oh, wait. I think you're right. Hold on.
Well, it's opposed.
Let's just double check. I've done many opposed checks in this game, so make sure we're doing it right.
That's only if you not succeed, so maybe you already succeeded.
Maybe, yeah. I guess we'll wait and see.
Let's see.
There's no need to stress out over something that hasn't happened.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so
Literally.
if you are desperate to succeed with the dice roll, you can choose to push the roll. This means you grab all the dice that did not show a 6 and roll them again. You essentially get a new chance to roll. Usually you would only push if you failed the roll, although you can push your roll even if the first roll generated successes. So yes, you may. You have how many successes?
Just one, currently.
Okay. If you feel you need more, you can certainly push.
But I'll take an automatic stress.
Yes, and if it's a tie, then nothing happens.
Oh.
So you need to beat her in order to succeed at this.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it seems important to know if she's lying to us.
Okay.
Because she might just be straight up evil. So I'll reroll those. Okay, I only got 2 total.
Okay.
Bitch.
You definitely think that she is omitting something.
Okay. So click
You
the button.
feel that she is being legitimate and saying that she tried to help this guy, but you feel that she has not told you everything.
Does it look like she has traces of that face hugger on her, been on her?
Now that you look, yeah, it does.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So
And
it's-
you see the dead one on the floor, and you're like, huh.
This
And the
bitch.
little wheel starts spinning in your head, and you're like, wait a minute, 1 + 1 = 2. This bitch got face hugged.
Mhm.
Oh man, we need to get that key card from her. Should we ask her if she has the key card, and then I don't know.
Yeah, we gotta snipe the key card and then burn her.
I am not pressing the button, so she can't
I'll
hear
press
that.
the button to light her on fire, but we gotta get the key card first. I don't want to melt that.
I mean,
Wow.
honestly, look, we really do have to consider. Would you rather have a friendly face shoot you in the chest, or have an alien burst out of your chest?
Yeah, definitely get shot in the chest. Or just the face, I guess. Don't need an open
Yeah, but
casket.
you don't want to take the risk. That's not going to kill that fucking thing inside of you. It can gestate inside a dead person.
Fair. I don't know. I'm not the science guy.
We don't know anything about these monsters.
Do we see a key card on her?
No.
Alright.
Well, let's ask
Let's just
her.
ask her. Yeah, let's start with asking her and see what I get.
Yeah, I go press the button, ask this bitch, do you have your key card? It doesn't sound like you're telling me the whole truth, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll make a deal for the key card.
Yeah, we'll get you out of here if you have that key card.
Fingers crossed about the deal part.
So when you say I don't think you're saying the whole truth, you know, she kind of looks at you desperately with like puppy dog eyes, and then she kind of breaks down a little bit again, and she does admit that yes, she was face hugged, and that's why there's the one on the floor, and she knows that, you know, she's not going to make it, and that all kind of settles in on you. You know, Sig, you were kind of thinking it, but hearing it out loud, for sure, everybody gains a point of stress for that, for hearing that.
Fuck.
And she,
Wait, I gain a stress too?
everybody does, yes.
Ah!
Shit.
This guy's gonna fucking have a heart attack.
So, Comiskey says, she then, you know, she kind of opens up, it seems, once you kind of call her out on her lie, and, you know, she realizes she probably can't lie past the five of you. And she starts to ramble on a bit through, you know, sobs and some broken tears, and she explains that, you know, she did try to help this guy, but, you know, she was too late to get into him, and that Reynolds had intercepted a transmission from some corporate executive on Earth about about like an alien ship or something on the planet, and Reynolds decided to send her crew here, kind of unauthorized, not on any company business, to try to get a hold of a sample of one of these creatures in hopes of bringing it back to the company and getting a big payday. And obviously, things have gotten a lot worse since then. And eventually she says, she basically agrees to you that if you promise to kill her, because she can't bring herself to do it, she'll help you guys escape.
Funny you should mention. We were already talking about that.
Yeah, funny you should mention. We were already talking about how we're going to kill you.
Is there anything in the medical in that Bay Area that I would be able to basically euthanize her?
You would have to really search. Well, you can search in the other room because it probably wouldn't be in the examination room. You can search around and see if you find anything.
Sure. Can I do that?
Yes, make an observation roll, please.
Maybe I shouldn't. I'm very stressed out. Somebody else want to do that?
Yeah,
I'll help
I
you
can
out.
do it.
Somebody else do it as a group, please.
Let me do it. I'll do it. You roll 2 dice.
I'll just tell you what to look for.
That is a completely logical choice.
So I got 9.
Hal should look for it.
C-3PO is searching. C-3PO got 2 successes.
Okay. You do not find anything like that. It looks like this place has pretty much been pilfered.
I walk over to Siggs, and I whisper to him, I could not find the medicine. And then I show him my 2 hands, but I have these.
Are you gonna euthanize her with your hands?
He's the only
I
one that can
blankly
go in the
stare.
room with her and not worry about getting infected.
That's fair.
Look, also, that's true, but also, all I'm saying, we don't know if these fucking monsters can gestate inside a corpse. We might be adding more to our problems by not making sure that whatever's inside. Problem is, you shoot her in the chest, well, you might not kill her, you might wound the thing, and then she's gonna die a horrible internal heartburny death.
So I'll
We
I'll
just
put
need
it
the
this
card
way.
and we'll make sure she's dead.
Holroyd, you, being an android, have fail-safes in place that force you to not harm a human. So you cannot try to do this.
Oh, that's right. Well,
Doesn't the laboratory have some kind
so
of like fire?
let me throw you through a processing situation I have
Oh
here.
Jesus!
I would like to protect my friends, but does protecting my friends to kill someone, how would I feel about that?
Which law of robotics does this violate?
Yeah.
all of them.
So
Could I kill a human to save other humans?
let me check one thing here.
You gotta roll
Got it.
some.
This is a new rules situation.
Travis coming out with the thinker's question.
You see me twitching in a corner. Does what? No. Yes.
Travis, only for psychopaths is over 300.
I'm so glad that you saw that, because now the 3 different situations that they come up with or something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I saw it.
You
but-
should watch. Did you get my text about the other ones?
So
No, I did, but I haven't seen them yet.
Holroyd, in this situation, no, because she has not and is not directly harming your friends right now. If she was actively trying to hurt or kill one of your friends, then yes, but she is not. So you can't just kill somebody in cold blood.
This motherfucker needs a software update.
Hack the android.
LV426
Let's
patch.
be honest, man. We have the turret. We could just put the turret face at her.
Oh my god!
Just Swiss cheese.
You're not wrong. Wait, we can even. It's already set up.
McWhirr, she can you can see she's looking at you, kind of like waiting for an answer.
Oh.
Look,
Like I'll,
well,
I'll,
we will
I'll
agree,
answer
You
right?
have
affirmative.
your key
Yeah.
card.
Yeah, I'll
Flashlight
answer
number one.
affirmative.
Or we can
hold
make
on,
a deal.
hold on.
Okay.
The turret is already set up. We could just go to the other room, stand behind and turn it on, have her leave the card on the bed, and then walk to join us in the command center. She won't even know it's coming. She won't even know it's coming. She won't even know.
But all that noise.
Honestly, though, I mean, there's so many of those things roaming around. Like, what's one more if we let it out of the little?
Well, do we want more noise and attention to us?
Right. I feel like
Yeah.
That's true. That's
So are we
the
just
machine
gonna
gun, for sure.
silently strangle her in the corner? Well, what's the plan?
we could just shoot her in the head with one of our like rivet guns.
Why would you waste
How
my
about we
ammo
just
on
don't
that?
kill her and let her roam?
Why?
Because I don't want to kill people. Do you want to kill people?
I mean, she's infected. She's
let
dead.
me-
All right,
let me
you're
tell you
talking to a
something.
corpse already.
Let me tell you something. The boat sailed on that a long fucking time
Yeah.
ago.
She dead.
Honest to God. No. Whether I am going to kill people. That has occurred multiple times. 2 or 3 of them confirmed. But, like, here's what I'm saying. Her existence not only is going to come to an abrupt and absolutely horrible end, but the thing inside her poses a threat to every single one of us. Let me say again, we don't know shit about these animals. They could communicate telepathically. The little bastard could go back to his home and bring everybody else down on us. You know what I mean? Like, what do you know about these fucking things? Because I don't know shit.
So, as you guys are discussing this, there is a nearby intercom that you can. There's one in the hallway to the north of you, and then there's one in the command room itself. And you hear a burst of static on the console, on the intercom, followed by the panicked shouting of another human voice. And it is a male, and he is pleading. He's shouting, is there anyone there? Please, anybody answer. Oh my god, please, somebody help. And there is someone that sounds very panicked and in need of assistance. And it is making a lot of noise.
Can
Well,
we
we should
turn
probably
off the
get-
intercom?
Yeah, we need to quiet up. We all.
Well, we probably got to answer him.
Somebody turn down the volume. Put on the headset.
All right. Well, I'm not doing the pulling the
Well, I'm-
trigger.
I guess
I
I'm
will-
the only one-
You do it.
I'm the only one near that.
I will let someone else talk, but I'm going to use my what skill is that? Heavy machinery skill to turn down the volume.
Okay, which one?
Which
the one
volume?
The one in the command center, or the one to the north of you?
Oh, because there's two comms that's coming through.
Yes.
Is the machine gun going to shoot me if I go in that room?
No, he turned it off.
The machine gun is currently.
Oh, okay.
It's turned off.
I'll go to the command center.
Okay. Sig, what do you do?
I'm
You're
just.
to give me the gun.
I am not doing the pulling of the trigger part, so like, I'll be waiting to figure out what we're gonna do with the scientist.
Look, man, if you can't
Hirsch,
do
what
it,
are you doing?
if you can't do it, I'll do it. It's fucked up. It's shitty, but I don't want to have to put that on you.
Yeah, and I'm not looking. I don't want any more stress.
I
Okay.
understand.
Hirsch? So you're demanding a weapon from somebody?
I think he's offering to give me the pistol.
Who has a pistol?
I'll give you.
Singleton, you hand your pistol to Hirsch?
Take my pistol.
Okay.
Do the work. Do the dirty work. I mean, I'll do
All
it
right.
if you don't want to. I don't mind.
No, I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I got.
I want to make sure we get that girl's key card, or this is all worthless.
Is anybody doing anything about the intercom to your north?
Yeah, I'll run
Is
over
that in the
there
same
and do it
room, or
while,
where is that?
While
Literally
hand
to
him
the north of
pistol.
you guys.
Oh,
under
so
the
Pistol,
here?
and I'll take care of the.
Yes.
I'll go to one of them. But
You're in the command center.
was-
You turn that one off.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll turn the other one on.
Okay. And then, McWhirr, what are you doing?
I'll press the intercom and tell her that we will kill her so she doesn't have to suffer, but we need the key card.
She agrees.
All right, where's the key card?
She points to the lanyard around her neck.
Oh.
Tell her to lay it on the bed.
Lay it on the bed, please.
She does.
Okay.
All right, open the door.
Yeah, I guess. Open the door. Can you check the key card before you ace her? Because if it's not the right key card, we're fucked.
You got it.
Okay. So you open the door, and Hirsch, you have Singleton's pistol, and
Yep.
you step in, and she doesn't make any move to attack you or push you out of the way or escape or anything like that. Okay, so you're in the room. What do you do?
I grab the key card and look at it, make sure it's the right one.
I mean, as far as you can tell. I mean,
How would we?
yeah,
How would we know? Yeah.
I mean, she told you it's the lanyard. She's a chief scientist, so it all adds up. You won't know for sure until you actually use it.
I'm gonna walk up to her. I'm gonna say, "Sorry, it had to be this way."
She nods. And she
Before
said, I hope you and your friends get out of here.
before we finish this, is there anything else we should know?
She points into the other room, and you can see there's these canisters, and she says, those canisters contain the eggs that these things hatch from.
Excuse me?
She says Reynolds wanted to get some off the base and give back to the company. And after she says that, Hirsch, Singleton, you go and you just turn the console off, you turn the intercom off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you turn it off. Give me an observation roll, please.
I got 2 6s for my observation.
I'm sorry, repeat?
I got 2 6s for my observation, and stress was
You see, you did not panic?
did not. Yeah, I did not pay.
Okay. All right, so you turn the intercom off, and you notice past the door into B2, the door is open. You notice a shape moving about, kind of in the far back right room over here.
Is it like a not human looking shape?
It's big. It's not like humanoid.
Yeah, bigger than a.
While that is happening, Hirsch, Comiskey gets done pointing to those, and you guys are like, wait, what? And then she basically, her body jerks about violently, and you see a red stain appear in the middle of her chest.
Oh shit!
And go
bang,
ahead.
bang, bang! I'm gonna try to shoot her right in the chest.
Yes.
Deed's done. Like,
Okay, give me a mobility roll, please.
shit. I'm dropping my dice. Success and a 6 and a 2 on stress. So 2 successes.
Successes. Okay, just a second here. All right, you are able to open fire before this happens. Go ahead and give me a ranged combat roll. However, before you do, I will need you to make an empathy test.
Okay. Okay, I didn't pass with my regular roll, but I got a 6 and a 2 with my stress.
Okay. So I just need to know whether you pass or fail. You guys don't need to tell me what you get separately on the stress dice and the regular dice, unless it's a panic.
Okay, pass.
Okay. You raise your gun, and you cannot bring yourself to shoot another person, despite what you see happening in front of you. And in your delay to pull the trigger, the chest burster rips its way through her chest and her shirt and her coat, and a spray of blood and rib cage and cartilage and muscle just splatters all over you. So you, McWhirr, and Sig, you're still in the other room with the medical supplies, right?
Yes.
Okay. So just the two of you see this. You each gain a point of stress, as it is one of the most horrifying things you've ever seen. And it's not like in the movies. It is way more gruesome and way more brutal. And she lets out a gurgling scream as blood kind of spews from her mouth, and she crashes to her knees and then collapses against the wall. And the chest burster rips its way out of her, and it attacks.
So you have to pass the empathy test to not shoot somebody.
You have to fail an empathy test in order to kill another human.
Oh my god.
You passed. So,
Definitely.
we're going to draw some initiative here. It'll just be you and McWhirr and the critter for right now.